calendar. As such, we will either be taking pleas today or we will be putting these cases on a bench trial or a jury trial calendar. I'm going to start with the Orca case status conference calendar to see who's with us. Position number 1, Quantum Bedford. Is Ms. Bedford? Ms. Bedford with us? Ms. Bedford was supposed to appear in person. I don't see her in the courtroom as of yet. I will give Ms. Bedford until the end of the calendar to appear, at which time I'll take a motion from the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you. ASG Riley.
Hi, good morning, Ms. Riley. Hope you're well.
Same to you.
Position 2, Trayana Bumpers.
Your Honor, I have in my notes that attorney Samad Mubin is her attorney. However, he still has not filed an entry of appearance. I did receive an email from him earlier this morning stating he had a conflict and he was asking for the litigation manager's information. So I did just send that to him.
Did he, was a conflict letter filed to your knowledge, Ms. Riley?
No, Your Honor, as he has not entered an appearance.
Right, okay. All right, I'll hold for his announcement.
Thank you.
Position 3, Sequan Cruz. Represented by Attorney Drake.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tracy Drake on behalf of Scott Drake, who represents the client.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Drake. What are we doing with Mr. Cruz today?
Your Honor, I did speak to the prosecutor yesterday, and they were looking at the file about a potential plea. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen.
Okay, I put this case on a status conference calendar well over, I believe, a month ago. Has there been any communication since the time that I put this case on the calendar and yesterday?
Your Honor, Mr. Attorney Drake, excuse me, Scott Drake filed a conflict letter for the previous, that's why it was continued. And he also filed a conflict letter for today, but Attorney Tracy Drake is appearing in his stead.
All right, so I'll give you all the opportunity to speak this morning, Ms. Riley. Is this is your case?
Yes, Your Honor. I did call Attorney Tracy Drake back and leave a message. I'm not sure if she got it yesterday. The email address that I have for you, Ms. Drake, it was coming back as undeliverable. But yes, I would like to speak with Attorney Drake this morning.
Okay, I'll give you that opportunity. Thank you. Position 4, Archie Humphrey. Good morning, Mr. Humphrey. How are you today?
Good morning, Your Honor. Melvin Nash, Mr. Humphrey. I'm on the line.
Good morning, Mr. Nash. What are we going to do? What are we doing, Mr. Humphrey?
Your Honor, we're going to ask for a jury trial in this case.
Okay. We are going to place you on a jury trial calendar in March. You will get the notice of that jury trial. They're going to send you also a demand for a jury trial. As you know, Mr. Nash, these trials will take place in the Orca division, and you will get notice of when the calendar call will be in March for that trial.
Thank you, Your Honor. You don't know what date that would be, though, do you?
My trials will be at the end of near the end of March. I don't know what date specifically at this point in time, but you'll get.
I was going to tell you, I was planning on filing leave of court like March 25th through the following Thursday, so it'd probably be March, right around the 1st of April, something like that.
Okay, go ahead and get your leave filed, and then once it's filed, if it encompasses that time, we'll place you on the April calendar. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate it. So, would you excuse my client there? I thought he was going to come to the office here this morning, but
okay.
All right, thank you. So that completes my business. May I be excused?
One moment, Mr. Nash. Okay. Your client needs to sign an acknowledgement form of the jury trial, Mr. Nash. So if we can get him to do that before he leaves, it would be appreciated.
That'll be fine. I advise him to do that, please.
Okay. So Mr. Humphrey, if you hold on for me, we'll get you that form and then we'll get you out of here. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Nash.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Position number 5, Daquan Massey.
Good Good morning, Judge. He's present. This is Frank Gates for the Public Defender's Office. We may have a resolution in that case today. I just need to speak with the prosecutor, Ms. Riley.
Okay, we'll give you that opportunity. Good morning, Mr.
Okay,
Gaither.
thanks.
We'll be with you, Mr. Massey. Thank you. Position number 6, Carlos Merritt.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wanda again on behalf of Mr. Carlos Merritt. I received discovery for Mr. Merritt on Monday at 10:44 p.m. And at this time, I do not have an updated offer from the state. So I would ask for a breakout with ASG Tortorello.
It would be ASG Riley, and the offer remains the same as the one that was previously given, but I'd be happy to speak with you regarding the case.
Yes, I would appreciate that opportunity, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Gant. Good morning. Is Mr. Merritt with us this morning?
Yes, sir. Good
Yes,
morning, Your
sir.
Honor.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Merritt. Thank you. We'll be with you, sir. Just hang on the line for us, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Position 7, on Johnny Michael. Mr. Raffoff, is that your case?
No, that was my case. I got a memo about 10 days ago saying that case was being transferred back to division because this defendant has another case. And on the 23rd, and I couldn't find him, on the 23rd of January, Zachary Findlay, who was in our office, made an entry of appearance as substitution of counsel. So I looked, I didn't see a transfer order, but apparently that's what happened.
Okay, whose case is this?
Good morning, Your Honor. ASG Get the Air. I was not aware of any transfer.
Well, he entered a substitution of counsel January 23rd.
And who is that, Mr. Raffoff?
Zachary Findlay, he's in our office. He's in the state court division.
All right, so Mr. Michael is here behind you, Mr. Raffoff. Ms. Githia, if you will check on what charges, if he does have.
You're here? Come on.
If he does have any additional pending charges and what you all would like to do with that, whether you want to transfer this case to the division judge or if you want to transfer that case to the Orca calendar, okay?
I would check because yes, the only entry of appearance was in December, and that was Mr. Raffoff. We're not seeing any substitution of counsel for this case.
Okay,
But I would check.
Well, I've got it right here, a copy of it.
all right, Mr. Raffoff, I'm going to give you the opportunity after the call of the calendar to speak with Ms. Githia and with your client. So Mr. Michael, if you'll just hang on for us, we'll be with you, okay? Let me get through the calendar, Mr. Raffoff. Position 8, Maya Munge.
Good morning, Judge. Frank Gates for the Public Defender's Office. I represent Ms. Monga. I have not been able to contact her at the numbers I have, and it is my understanding that she may have possibly been living at a women's shelter. So but I haven't been able to confirm that, and I haven't been able a chance to speak with her.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with her at all?
No, but this was a case that was transferred to me, and the notes in the file say that she was staying in a women's shelter. I think she may have appeared at the last calendar personally, but the numbers I have, even in the, I guess the jail screen at Odyssey, none of those numbers are working.
Okay, so if I give you the opportunity to place her on another calendar, what do you plan on doing?
I'll have my investigator seeking a locator.
Whose case is this?
That's mine, Your Honor. I'm showing that she was had an arraignment October 13th, and she failed to appear on that as well.
Yeah, that's because I believe she's staying at a shelter.
Okay,
Because I'm not seeing any return to sender notifications in the file.
Mr. Gaither, based on your representation, I'm going to give you one opportunity,
Okay.
additional opportunity to get in touch with her before I issue a bench warrant for her. If she is in a shelter, I prefer not to have to do that. We got to reset her case until the March 1st show cause calendar. If you are not able to contact her by that time, if you'll make a note of this for me. that if you're not able to contact her by that time, I'm going to entertain the state's motion for a bench warrant. Okay, is that fair?
That's very fair, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So she's going to be reset till show cause on March 1st. And Ms. Redden, if you'll make a note on the file for me, please. Thank you. Position number 9, Jeffrey Newsom.
Here, Judge Thomas Florio, Mr. Newsom, he's a mailman, so he's in the mail report. If I may have a moment to speak with the state, we've been in communication regarding some possible discovery issues.
Okay,
I'd just like to speak with her a little bit longer, a little bit more, just to see if we can resolve those discovery
Okay.
issues.
what are the discovery issues?
We haven't received it.
Okay, that will be an issue.
The-
Ms. Githier, is this your case?
It is, we sent those, discovery was sent, hold on. Yes, I double checked, but I thought this discovery was sent on this. We spoke about this case.
Okay, so since she is on Zoom, Mr. Florio, if you're all going to have to contact each other some way by, I would imagine, by phone. And if we can either get your number to Ms. Githier or vice versa, we'll let,
May I give my cell phone number to Madam Clerk, and the Madam Clerk send it?
that'll be fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Oh, and just for the record, Your Honor, discovery was filed December 5th, 2022, and then supplemental discovery was filed January 9th. I think what may be the issue is when Mr. Florio entered his appearance, and maybe he didn't receive notice of the initial discovery.
So I think I filed my entry on January 6th. And the only thing I've received, Your Honor, is an accusation. Accusation January 9th. I've not received anything else other than that. And I think we spoke yesterday, and I think the state was going to try to reach out to law enforcement to see if there was body camera dash cam associated with the case as well.
Who did you speak with yesterday?
And I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but the young lady.
Ms.
that's-
Githier?
He spoke with me.
Okay, all right. So I'll let you all see if you can resolve that, okay? All right. Position 10, Joshua Pierre. Joshua Pierre, represented by William Hill.
I did reach out to the attorney on this. I have not received a response back from him.
Okay, it's my understanding that he was to appear in person for today's hearing. So I'm going to give Mr. Hill and Mr. Pierce until the end of the calendar to appear. If they don't, I'll hear from that state.
Thank you.
Position 11, Gabrielle Rivers. Ms. Rivers present, represented by Carlton Matthews.
Is it a different case?
This case has been on the calendar a number of times. I don't believe Mr. Matthews has shown up on any occasion. Has Ms. Rivers shown up prior? Have we tried to get in touch with Mr. Matthews?
Yeah, I believe Mr. Matthews is involved in the YSL case. I don't know if he's come around much these days.
Okay, well, I still expect to hear from counsel or someone from his office regarding his other clients in this matter. We've given him the opportunity on a number of occasions to at least file something in the case, show up for the case, get another attorney to show up for the case. I do remember Ms. Rivers showing up
You've got a different count.
and not being represented. I'm going to put him on a show cause calendar in regards to this matter. That show cause will be on March 1st, show cause as to why he should not be held in contempt. Position number 12, Philip Smith. Yes, good morning, Ms. Dallas. Mr. Smith, are you with us on Zoom?
Is, but I don't think he's under. He's under different name.
I can barely hear her, Your Honor.
Okay. We're trying to see if Mr. Smith is on the line.
Okay, thank you. I don't see my client. He did indicate to me that he was gonna log in, because I thought I was going to be remote, but I decided to just come here in person.
Okay.
So the thing is, I've had email conversation with the state. The discovery packet that I got was about 8 pages. There, I'm waiting for, if there's body cam or video, I'm waiting for that from the state before I can make any type of intelligent decision on how to move forward. I would like to look at what there is, the evidence that there is.
Okay. Ms. Githier, is this your case?
Yes, sir. I will check on getting that video to you, Miss Dallas.
Thank you.
Okay. So there is a video?
I will double check to see. I will double check to see if there is one.
Okay, and just for, all counsel that's present, when I put these cases, because I know that I've rescheduled, this case is all these cases go on a show cause calendar. It's my expectation that during the course of that month or however long I give you, that both the state will follow up and the attorneys will follow up so that we can move these cases.
Absolutely.
And so, Ms. Githier, if there are issues with the video, of course, Ms. Dallas is going to want that, and she's going to have that before she can move the case forward. So I just like for everyone to be a bit more proactive so we can get these cases moved.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
understood.
So should I go back on another status? What should I do now?
Okay, so I'm going to put you back on a status calendar. If you do get the video, and if you are going to enter into a plea, if you'll get that plea prepared so we can get you in and out as quickly as possible. And we'll take that plea even if it's on a status.
I thank you, Judge.
Okay, so
So excuse us all on that for today.
yes, that's going to be March 1st
March 1st.
at 9 a.m. Status to obtain video. Okay, and did Mr. Smith ever, do we see him? Okay, well, I'll excuse him if we do see him.
All right, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Dallas?
No, sir, thank you. Have the excuse.
Yes, have a good day. Thank you. Petition 13, Quantavious Terrell.
Your Honor, this case may be transferred to Superior Court. If we can just have a reset to see if it's going to actually be transferred.
What was the status of it on the last calendar?
I believe that's when Mr. Corn had entered his appearance at the last one.
Okay,
We have been working on the case, but I think this one may be transferred.
okay,
That's my understanding, Judge.
all right. Will you know if it's going to be transferred by March 1st?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset Mr. Till's case until March 1st. And if it's not transferred, Mr. Corn, do you have the offer?
I don't have an offer, but I'm sure Ms. Guthier will get me one shortly. Shortly before the first.
Shortly, yes.
Okay, so it'll go on the March 1st status calendar. All right, is Mr. Terrell with us this morning?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Terrell, I'm gonna reset good morning, sir. I'm gonna reset your case until March 1st. So I'll see you back in March, okay?
Okay.
All right, anything further of Mr. Terrell, Mr. Corn?
No, thank you, Judge. If you could get, Mr. Terrell, if you could give me a call at your convenience, that would be awesome. Like tomorrow. Going forward.
Position 14, Kaysen Walden.
Good morning, Judge. Sorry, Frank Gaither from Mr. Walden. He is in the Potter's house in Jefferson County. And this case was reset from the last calendar to give me an opportunity to reach out and make contact, which I have been able to do. The contact has to go through the social worker. I've now established a good rapport with the social worker. And I've spoken to him once to introduce myself. However, due to my schedule with everything that happened at the end of January, I was unable to arrange a time for us to talk in detail about this case. Now, my calendar has broken up, looks like, and I will be able to do that. I've received a new offer from the state, and I would like to be able to talk to him And I think this case may resolve at the next calendar.
Okay, and at the next calendar, is he going to be able to be with us?
Probably not. He's gonna be in there for a year, and I think he's probably like a quarter of the way through, maybe halfway through.
Okay, so how do you plan on handling that?
I was gonna see would anyone object to a plea and abstention if it came to that.
Okay,
Or what I was gonna do was ask the social worker, do they have the ability to allow him to attend via Zoom there at the facility? But that's a question I need to ask her, but I want to see would that be okay with the court before I ask her that too.
okay, yeah, that's fine with the court. So I'll reschedule you for the status calendar on March 1st. And so either he should appear by Zoom if you can get that, accomplish that, or I will entertain his plea and abstention if that's what you choose to do.
It sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So March 1st status. Position 15, Oliver Welch. Oliver Welch, represented by Mary Wells.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Mary Wells. Mr. Welch is also on the phone.
My lawyer should be on here.
Yes, I'm here. Wait.
Go ahead, Ms. Wells.
Sorry, I can't tell if here I am. I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor. We have spoken with Ms. Tortorella several times since the last hearing. They had trouble finding the officer. They have found him. I believe this case will resolve short of a plea, but we have just received the video and I haven't had a chance to view it yet. So if we could ask for just one more continuance, I believe we will resolve short of a trial, I mean.
Okay. I'm going to reset this one more time, Ms. Wells. I'm going to require that the next time that you appear and your client appear in person.
Yes, Your Honor.
In regards to this matter, if it is a plea, I expect that the plea paperwork will be completed by that time. If it's not a plea, then it's going to go onto a bench or a jury trial calendar, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And we were in person at the last hearing. I just believe they were having trouble finding the officer, so they couldn't get the video cam to us.
Okay, and who's handling this case now?
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm asking the state who is handling this case on behalf of the state.
It would be me, and I just was not aware of that case, Your Honor, but it would be me.
Okay, so it's going to be Ms. Githiea's case as well. So if you all can touch base before the March 1st, I'm going to put that on the March 1st status calendar also.
Okay, Your Honor, I had been speaking with ASG Tortorella.
Just a moment. I don't, because I want to get this resolved as soon as possible, and that one is not until the middle of April, so March 1st.
And can I just get that case number, Your Honor? Because again, I was not aware of this case.
You're fine, Ms. Githia. It's 22 CR 007219.
And Your Honor, I apologize. The calendar that I have only has 13 positions. And I think some may have been added to your calendar that the state is not aware of.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Riley. That's the last case that's on this Orca A calendar. So I'll have a discussion with the clerks to see what the problem was.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Githia, if you wouldn't mind, I want you all to make sure to contact one another prior to the next hearing. So if you need contact information, go ahead and exchange that before you leave. Okay, Ms. Wells?
Ms. Wells, if you
Yes,
can
Your Honor, thank you.
put your information in the chat.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all.
I'll see you back on March 1st. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we have two other calendars. That completes the Orca A status calendar. I'm going to call the Orca C status conference calendar. Position number 1, Joaquavis Alexander.
Good morning, Judge. I represent Mr. Alexander. Mr. Alexander, are you on Zoom?
Doesn't appear so, Mr. Gaither. I will give you until the end of the calendars today to raise him.
Thank you, Judge. Excuse me.
Position 2, Tiasina Jenkins. Tiasina Jenkins, Tiaseana Jenkins. We set aside a bench warrant. At one point in this case, the case was reset again in December. To this calendar, it does not appear that Ms. Jenkins is with us as of yet. If Ms. Jenkins does not appear by the end of the calendar, I will entertain the state's motion on this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would request a bench warrant as well as for position 1. And just for the record, the offer has been conveyed as well as the discovery has been uploaded to Odyssey, and the video links have been shared with Mr. Gaither.
I was gonna ask you off the record, can you send me that video link again? Because either I can't find it or because that's one thing I was gonna ask you I need.
Okay, we'll speak about it.
Okay, no problem.
Position 3, Tangenica Lee. This is Ms. McLeod's case.
Good morning, Your Honor. Miss Lee is present.
Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing with your client today?
I am not sure what we're doing yet. I haven't had a chance to speak with my client. I'm waiting for her to give me a call. And the state has not made any offers to us yet.
What's the offer in the matter?
It is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, 2 anger management classes or hours, and to have no contact with the victim, Miss Woods, Elise Woods.
Okay, Ms. McLeod, do you have any other cases on this morning's calendars?
I do not, Your Honor, but I'd love to speak with Miss Lee. I've sent her my number in the chat, so I'm just.
Okay, I can place you into a breakout room if you like.
That would be great, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Lee. So I'm gonna place you and Ms. McLeod into a breakout room so that you can discuss the state's offer, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Position number 4, Alex Malone.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wanda Gant for Mr. Malone. He is present. The announcement is we're not guilty jury trial, and I will file a waiver.
Okay. Is Mr. Malone, is he on video? Is he in the court?
Yes, Your Honor. He is on Zoom.
Okay. We are going to place you on the March jury trial calendar.
Your Honor, if I may ask Mr. Malone to sound, I think that's the gentleman smoking a cigarette.
I'm sorry.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Malone.
Good morning. I just turned on the video. That's why.
Okay, you're fine, Mr. Malone. So it is going to be.
Ms. James said no more jury trials in March.
Okay, apparently our March jury trial calendar is full, so it's gonna be on the April trial calendar. We'll send you out a notice for that calendar. All right, Ms. Gant, Mr. Malone.
Yes, Your Honor. And may Mr. Malone be excused?
Yes, you have a good rest of your day, Mr. Malone.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 5, Elizabeth Nguyen. Miss Nguyen or Mr. Elias? Kristen?
Yes, I think my turn should be on.
Okay. Is Mr. Palazola on the line?
And Your Honor, I have not spoken or had any email communications with Attorney Paloza or Palozola.
Okay, I'll hold for Mr. Palaza's announcement. Ms. Nguyen, do you have your lawyer's number?
I do.
Can you give him a call and let him know that we're expecting him in court this morning?
Yes, I'm going to talk to him.
Okay, so I'll hold for his announcement. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, if I may just place the offer on the record.
I'd prefer if he was here before you place the offer on the record, Ms. Riley.
No
Uh,
problem. Yes,
I'll allow
sir.
I'll allow you to do that, but I'm gonna allow him the opportunity to be present when you do that.
Yes, sir.
Position 6, Marcus Rodriguez.
Good morning, Judge Stephen Ward on behalf of Mr. Rodriguez.
Good morning, Mr. Ward. What are we gonna do with Mr. Rodriguez today?
Judge, we still have a discovery issue outstanding, and Ms. Githiea and we spoke yesterday, and we are in the process of remedying that issue.
What's the issue?
The issue is that the body worn cams, the videos, the state does not have those in hand. But I have some videos in our file, and so I'm going to see if we can burn copies and get them over to her today, sometime this afternoon.
Okay. What's your request, Mr. Ward?
It may be wise just to put it back on a status calendar. Well, once the videos are viewed by the state, then we can obviously have a more in-depth conversation as to what legal issues are present or not, and see if we can come to some resolution.
All right, we'll put it on the March 8th status calendar.
March 8th, and that's be at 9 a.m., Judge?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yes, is Mr. Rodriguez with us?
He
Yes.
is.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. I'll see you both back on March 8th, okay?
Yeah.
If, Mr. Ward, if you do have a plea, the court would appreciate it if you get all that paperwork completed. If you get the paperwork completed, then I'm happy to do this over Zoom. If you are going to take a plea and you don't get the paperwork completed, I'm going to have you both come into the court, okay?
For a plea, correct?
Yes, for a plea.
Understood. Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, just since this is a DUI offense, if it is going to involve the defendant surrendering his license, will he need to appear in person for a plea? I just wanted to get clarification on that.
Well, if he does not, I'm going to give him the opportunity to get the paperwork in if they want to get the paperwork in prior to that date, so they don't have to come in. If they don't get the paperwork done, then they're going to have to come in. Regardless, if the license is going to be suspended, Mr. Rodriguez is going to have to suspend it on March 8th. As such, he's going to have to come down to the court to give us his license.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, Judge, just from my clarification, this case is now going to stay in the Orca in terms of if there's a trial that's needed or pretrial motions. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, these cases are not leaving the Orca division. They will not be returned to a division judge. The cases will remain in Orca for either a bench trial or jury trial or any motions that'll be heard.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anything further, Mr. Ward?
Nothing further from us.
We'll see you on March 8th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 7, Quintavious Sims. Mr. Sims with us? I'll give Mr. Sims until the end of the calendar, at which time, if he does not appear, I'll hear from the state.
Thank you.
Position 8, Aparna Singh. Is Ms. Singh present, represented by Dawn Taylor?
Hi, Your Honor. Yes, I am here and my client is here as well. We are going to be asking for a jury trial.
Okay. We're going to place you on the April jury trial calendar. You will get notification of that calendar when it is established. And anything further this morning, Ms. Taylor?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Is Ms. Singh with us?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. We'll see you back in April, okay?
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
We'll have a good You're welcome. Position 9, Jovotis Smith. Do we have any update? He was supposed to do diversion, Ms. Githia.
This one is going to just be a no process, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'll get that paperwork over to you.
thank you. Is Mr. Smith with us? Position 10, Sebastian Truss.
Good morning, excuse me. Good morning, Judge Frank Gaither for Mr. Truss. He is present. I thought I was saying Mr. Truss. Yeah, you can stay with that. The issue we have with this case, Judge, is I've received the offer from the state in this case, but here's the problem. The problem is he has an open case that looks like it's in the state court division, and it is a misdemeanor, and it's possibly a battery. In this case, 22 CR 003246Y. He's represented by another attorney for that case, I believe a private counsel, but it puts me in a quandary of being able to advise him as to what to do with this case, because it will affect the other case. And my professional belief is that the better practice is that both cases should be resolved at the same time. Now, since this case is in Orca, I honestly don't know how to do that. I don't know whether to have
What division judge has the case, Mr.
the sheet that I'm looking at, it says is Judge Edie.
Okay, Ms. Githia, is this your case in Orca?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And can you confirm that Judge Edie has another case of that involves
Yes.
Mr. Truss? Yes, he does.
I'm looking.
Okay.
If I may, if you're just coming into the courtroom, please put your phones on off. Not operate, turn them off. Not the attorney, but people on it. Please turn your phones on off. If I present to you, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, he does have another case, and the plea and arraignment is scheduled for February 27th and is in Judge Edie's courtroom.
Okay, so do you want to transfer this case to Judge Edie since he's already?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that'd be fine. So I can stay on this case.
Right.
Like I said, I just didn't know how to physically or procedurally make that happen.
I think that you're right, Mr. Gaither, that he should handle these both at the same time in his best interest. So we will go ahead and transfer this case to Judge Edie's.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And you should get notification of, and do you know who the, and if you can contact prior to that time, the other attorney that's representing him so that you all can coordinate your efforts, that would be helpful.
Absolutely. Thanks, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Truss, you're going to get notification of your next hearing date, okay? And do you need anything further of him, Mr. Gaither? Do you have all his contact information?
I have his contact information. I just want to make sure he gives me his other lawyer's information. I'll contact her.
All right, so once you get that, he's free to go, Mr. Gaither. Okay, that completes the Orca C status conference calendar. Let's move on to the Orca C final plea calendar. Position number 1 is Booker Brown. Mr. Brown present. All right. Booker Brown. I'll give Mr. Brown to the end of the calendar calls to appear, at which time I'll take a moment from this date.
Your Honor, if he does appear, the plea paperwork has already been sent to Ms. Bolton, as he was just having tech issues the last time.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome.
Okay. Position 2, Abdullah Jihad.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Leah Madden here on behalf of Mr. Shihab. He is present on Zoom. Judge, I'm asking to be moved to the jury trial calendar. We had a plea worked out in this matter, but it kind of fell apart. So I think we'll be in a trial posture.
Okay. Whose case is this with the state?
Good morning again, Your Honor. ASG Riley.
Would you like to put the offer on the record, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. It's 12 months probation to complete a family violence intervention program and to have no further violent or harassing contact with the victim, who is his wife.
Okay.
And I apologize, probation would terminate upon the completion of conditions.
Okay, the next jury trial calendar will be the April calendar. You'll get notification of that calendar, Ms. Madden.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything further this morning?
No, Your Honor, that concludes my business. If we can both be excused.
Yes, you all have a good day. Thank you.
You as well. Thank
Position 3, Christian Chime.
Mr. Chime, Mr. President, my announcement, let me hold my announcement, Judge. I'd like to speak with the prosecutor in this case.
Okay. We'll be with you, Mr. Chime. Thank you, sir. Position 4, Peter Dowsimer. Okay, we'll be with you as soon as we complete the calendar call. Thank you. Position 5, Atlantis McClendon.
Good morning, Judge. That is my case.
Good morning, Ms. Helen. Hope you're well.
I am well, Your Honor. Hope you're well as too. Judge, we'd like to request a pre-try with the state in that case. We would just like a confirmation on a new offer and just an opportunity to speak with the state.
All right. Whose case is this?
This would be ASG Riley.
Okay. So, Ms. Helen, I'll give you the opportunity to speak with Ms. Riley at the end of the calendar. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 6, Kevin Morrell.
A no pros was issued in that one, Your Honor.
Okay. Is Mr. Morrell with us?
Yes, I see him on the Zoom. He has his camera off. If you can turn your camera on.
All right. If you can hear me, Mr. Morrell, the state has dismissed the case. So you're fine. You're free. I just wanted to let you know you're free to go. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You have any questions?
No, Honor.
Okay. Have a good day, sir. And that non-pros has been signed. Position 7, Isis Pina.
Good morning, Judge. That is also my case. I filed an entry in this case. The only thing that I'm waiting for, I apologize, I believe my camera was off. The only thing that I'm waiting for, Judge, is to look at the videos for this case.
Okay, and I have down that there's a related case. Are you aware of that, Ms. Helen?
I am. I requested a conflict counsel for Mr. Chime. He was a passenger in the car with Miss Pina. I'm not sure what happened with that request, but that's the relation between those cases, Judge.
Oh, okay.
Well, Mr. Chime is represented by Mr. Gaither, so.
Well,
He's position 3 on this calendar.
Right. All right, so.
and you're saying there's a co-defendant?
Yes, position 7 apparently is Ms. Pina, who was in the vehicle with Mr. Chime. So.
Well,
Ms. Helen, are you requesting, I take it that you're requesting that this case go to a conflict attorney, is that right?
That's correct, Judge. I think we both entered in our appearances for Chime and Pina, so whichever case needs to go to the conflict.
Ms. Helen, I'm not seeing an entry for you for Miss Pina.
I filed that today.
Okay.
Okay, so since Mr. Gaither's already here and Mr. Chime is already here, why don't we give Ms. Pina's case to a conflict attorney? Is that agreeable with everyone?
That's agreeable, Judge. And I know this is on a final plea, but I guess I probably did not catch it, that there was a co-defendant. So it's probably best if.
Your Honor, if I may, the date of this incident being April 11th, 2021, we have many cases with that date. This is in relation to them watching or being participants in racing or in drag racing. So there is a potential, if there's a conflict, for all of these cases to be conflict out of. There were almost 40 or 50 people that were arrested that day.
Well, it's my understanding they were in the car together, that they know each other.
And that's an obvious conflict because they can both start pointing the finger at each other, which will put us in peril.
Right. So, Ms. McLeod, are you with me? Ms. McLeod?
Your Honor, I'm here.
Have you been listening to the conversation?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm in need of a conflict attorney to represent position 7 on the Orca C calendar. Ms. Pina, are you available to do that for the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I did hear some of the conversation. Ms. Ellen stated that they were her husband and wife, I believe, but I wasn't really following.
Okay, I wouldn't be following it if I didn't have to, Ms. McLeod, so no worries. Let's see, Ms. Pina, are you on the line? All right, so what I'm going to do, Ms. McLeod, since you are just on the case, I'm going to allow you some time to get in touch with Ms. Pina.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm going to reset this case. Do you need a case number? Or do you have a calendar with you, Ms. McLeod?
I don't have the calendar, Your Honor, so I would need the case number.
Okay, the case number is 22 CR 006546F.
22 CR 00. Could you repeat the rest of it, Judge?
Yes, that's fine. 6546F.
6546F. Okay, I have that.
Right. And the client's name is Isis, ISIS.
Pina.
Alexandria, ALEXANDRIA. Pina. PIN.
Alexandra Pina, 22 CR 006546F.
Yes. Ms. Helen, do you have contact information for Ms. Pina?
I do. I can give that information to Ms. McLeod in the chat.
Yes, if you send it to me in chat, that would be fine, Ms. Helen. Thank you.
And we're going to reset Ms. Pina's case until the March 8th status calendar. Okay, Ms. McLeod?
And Your Honor, I hate to ask, but I'm asking for the same reset date for Kristen Chime, number 3, with the fact that there's a co-defendant changes the entire defense strategy. I was unaware that there was a co-defendant. Like I said, that changes things. And I understand that there is a video that has not come back yet as well.
Your Honor, and that's what I was trying to convey. Maybe I just didn't do a good job. There are about 40 of these cases, and there is not a video that is specific to any one defendant. So they're technically not co-defendants, as it was a group of people watching drag racing. So them, even if they were in a car together, that does not have any bearing on one loitering and prowling over another person loitering and prowling. They were both part of the same offense. So there is no defense of he was loitering and prowling, but I wasn't, if they were both out there. But so
the problem with that argument is that in a civil case, the passenger is never at fault for the liability of the driver. Now, in the criminal aspect, the passenger is in the same position. The passenger has no control over the vehicle. The co-defendant, I'm not saying the argument will actually be adjudicated in favor of the passenger, but an argument can be made that the passenger can start pointing the finger saying, look, I had no control over where the driver took me. Okay.
I don't disagree. Yeah. I don't disagree with you, Mr. Rod. Out of an abundance of caution, at the least, we'll get different counsel. We've already done that. I'll reset both cases till March 8th status conference calendar to allow you all to complete your investigation. Is that fine with everybody? Yeah. Anybody have an objection to that?
Yeah, I'll just place on the record that for position 3, the offer has already been emailed. Discovery was filed in October of the 2022, and this case has been continued several times.
And I understand that, but with there being a co-defendant, that changes things, especially my conversations with Mr. Chime.
Okay, and I've allowed you.
Thank you.
Ms. Riley's put her, I'll take it as an objection on the record. I'm allowing you to speak with in further with Mr. Chime. Do you need Mr. Chime for anything further?
I can speak on for half a second.
Okay, I mean, just, he can go as soon as you're done with him, okay?
Did Miss Pina sound?
It does not appear that Ms. Pina is with us. Given that I just appointed counsel in the case, I'm giving Ms. McLeod the opportunity to raise her for the next hearing. If she cannot raise her by that time, I will entertain the state's motion on the matter, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 8, Jamarcus Remo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Aaron Friedman here. Mr. Remo is present in the court, Judge. I have spoken to Ms. today via emails, Judge. There was some outstanding discovery, but it looks like that is not available anymore, that they cannot produce it, which is fine. I would like to have a conversation with Ms. Gutierrez to see if that would change their offer, if they can't produce the intox sheet.
Okay. Does that change your offer, Ms. Gutierrez?
No, it doesn't. The per se was going to be no pros, so you don't need the intox for the other charge.
Your Honor, we're going to just request that be placed on jury trial calendar.
Okay, you'll be placed on that April jury trial calendar, and you'll get notification when it comes out, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Does he, anything else needed, Ms. Bolton?
Yeah. Absolutely. All right.
Okay, and once you do that, you're free to go.
Thank you,
And your
Judge.
client. Position 9, Massiani, Sanan.
Yes, Your Honor, Wanda Gant for Ms. Sanan. She is present on Zoom. We are asking to be placed on a jury trial calendar.
Okay, you will also go into that April jury trial calendar, Ms. Gant, and we'll get you any paperwork that needs to be signed for that, okay?
Yes, and I'll file the waiver. May Ms. Sanan be excused?
Yes, have a good day, Ms. Sanan. We'll see you back in April.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 10, William Smith.
Mr. Smith? No, he's present. That will be a plea today, Judge.
Okay, we'll be with you, Mr. Smith. Thank you. Position 11, Hun Lang.
Morning, Judge. And one for Ms. White, she's present. We had sent in paperwork for the plea yesterday. I did get email after hours from this PPA. There was, I guess, it's a URL plea. My client never did the jail time. There's some question about the 24 hours mandatory minimum that can't be probated. However, it is a very safe case. So I don't think it's necessary. It is, I can talk to my client about it this morning, otherwise.
Are you hearing this, Ms. Gutierrez?
I heard him say he's questioning something about the jail time. I couldn't hear everything.
Would you mind coming to a microphone so that?
Is this?
Yes.
So I got an email from Ms. Githier last night saying that the offer would have to change because there's 24 hours to serve that's required, and my client didn't serve any time. But this is a less safe case. So I think all the jail time can be probated in the discretion of Your Honor. So we're prepared to plea if the 24 hours is required. I'd just like to talk to my client.
Yes, Your Honor, the 24 hours is the minimum required, statutorily required. But for the less safe as well.
Well, I mean, the statute that you cited, it says that if you blow over a 0.08, then 24 hours is mandatory, but this is a less safe case.
So you're saying, so she did not blow over 0.08 is what counsel was saying, is that?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know what she did blow?
It's a refusal, Judge.
Oh, okay.
But regardless of whether she blew or not, she was charged with the DUI less safe, and the statute reads that she would, for the plea, she had to do that mandatory minimum 24 hours. It's actually a minimum of 10 days, but all but that 24 hours can be suspended.
Well, 10 days is required. It can all be suspended or probated unless you blew a .08, in which case all but 24 hours can be suspended or probated. But this is a less safe case, so there's no mandatory 24 hours.
Okay.
Your Honor, that is not my understanding of that statute. A DUI less safe also will require the defendant to serve that minimum mandatory statutorily required 24-hour minimum.
So she's going to have to serve 24 hours is basically what Ms. Githier is asserting from the state. And given that it is a refusal, I will require her to serve that 24 hours if she has not done so.
Understood, Judge. It is solely in your discretion, Judge, so we understand that. If I could speak with my client to see if that changes anything and then report back.
All right, and if she does accept the plea, let her also know that instead of having her taken down immediately, I'll give her the opportunity to turn herself in. If she wants to do it on the weekends, that's fine with the court also.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, all right, so just report back to me.
I will, thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's see, that completes the Orca C calendar. Position number 2 has appeared, I am told, on the Orca A calendar. The Yana bumpers. And
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Judge. This is Samad Mubin from Miss Bumpers. I think there may have been a little bit of question about whether my entry had been filed in. I think there might be a problem with Odyssey. I have filed an entry. I'm on this case. We've actually appeared on this one time before. We would request a discovery and offer. We recently got about 6 days ago. We do still have a video that's outstanding. I think this may be a case we would be able to resolve. I just asked the state for a status on the video there. That's going to impact how we go forward.
Your Honor, initial discovery, excuse me, was filed on December 1st of 2022. And we are still looking and requesting, the videos have been requested from the agency. However, we have to wait for a response from the agency as to them uploading them.
Do you think you'll have that response by March 1st, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so if I reset this to March 1st status calendar, do you think we could move it forward at that point in time, Mr. Mubin?
Yes, Judge, absolutely. We just need to be able to see the video so we can see how we're going to go forward on this one. As long as we've got the video by then, that should be good to go. That should be a good date, Judge.
Okay, so we'll reset you for the status conference calendar on March 1st. If you do wish to enter a plea at that time, make sure you have all the plea paperwork into the court so we can get you in and out as quickly as possible, okay?
Yes, sir. We will get that done.
All right, we'll see you back on March 1st.
All right, yes, sir. Can maybe my client be excused who is also on the call?
Yes, have a good day.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Your Honor,
yes.
I have the opportunity to speak with Ms. Lee.
Okay, I have 3 calendars.
Shania, Father, Yellow, 5-pointed star. Orca my BFF status conference calendar.
I'm sorry, there was some.
No problem. It's no problem. It's position 3 on the Orca C status conference calendar.
Okay, thank you. And yes, Mr. Cloud.
Your Honor, my client would like to have a jury trial, so she needs to be arraigned. Although we are happy to also waive arraignment, I can file that.
Okay. You want to follow a written waiver of arraignment?
I will.
We'll place her on the April jury trial calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 3. Orca C status conference calendar, Ms. Lee. Okay. All right. If nothing further, Ms. Lee, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. We'll see you back in April. Anything further, Ms. McLeod?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have anyone in court with me that either came in late or did not hear their name? Okay, stand up for me. Yes, ma'am, what's your name? Francis Atlantis McClendon.
That's my case, Judge.
Okay, I'm just trying to find it.
It's on, it's position 5 on the Orca C final plea calendar, Your Honor.
Okay, do you need to speak with her, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, I'm gonna give her a phone call if she could step out into the hallway, Judge.
Okay, so, yes, sir.
Want to say
Say it again?
Want to say Bedford?
Bedford? Mr. Bedford is position 1 on the Orca A status conference calendar. Do you have a lawyer, Mr. Bedford? Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Have you sought to have the public defender represent you in the matter?
No, sir, I didn't think that, the case was like being ongoing, like due to like statute of limitations, so I don't know what the court has to do.
Okay, if you would like to make application for the public defender services today, I'll be happy to give you that opportunity. And they will be able to, if you're qualified, they'll be able to represent you in the matter and addressing your concerns. Would you like to do that?
I don't think I need this.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know what harm it would be if you were represented by an attorney that you didn't have to pay for, but I cannot force you to seek the services of the public defender. What's the offer for Mr. Bedford?
It is 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, balance suspended. The case will close today.
Okay, it would be a time, if you would like to plead to this, it's a time served plea. Your charge, Mr. Bedford, in case 17 CR 0091116E with disorderly conduct and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. These charges carry a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. It is my understanding from the solicitor, from Solicitor Riley, that she's willing to enter a time served plea if you wish to plead guilty to the charges. If you do not wish to plead guilty to the charge, then you can either request a bench trial or a jury trial.
Sir. You said if I plead guilty, the charge, it'll go away.
What I'm saying, Mr. Bedford, number one is that if I were you, I would seek the services of a public defender to help you address any issues that you might have. It will not go away because you will always have a guilty plea to disorderly conduct and obstruction of a law enforcement officer on your record. So I believe what you're saying is that you would not have to do anything further. That is the case, that it would be time served plea and with no additional requirements. However, you will always have these, or you will have both of these on your record.
In all due respect, sir, I just want this over there. I want this chapter out of my life because I can't go around like warrants, on me, you don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, so okay, so and that's fine with me. So you telling the court that you would like to plead guilty and you would not like to seek the assistance of a public defender to advise you in the matter. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, I'm pleading guilty to something that has no.
Okay, I've given you your options, Mr. Bedford. What would you like to do? You want to think about it for a minute?
So if I could just pay a fine because I know.
There's no fine to pay, Mr. Bedford. I told.
I don't have a fine to pay?
No.
Sir, he gave you the 2 options. So he's asking you which one you're going to choose. Would you like me to just speak with them and maybe just explain?
Well, I've given him the opportunity to speak with a public defender. So if there's another lawyer in here that wants to advise you, If that's what you want, what do you want to do, Mr. Redford? Would you like to take the opportunity to speak with counsel in this matter? Have a seat. I'll be back with you. Have a seat. Sit down, sir. Yes. Say it again. I need to know your name, sir.
My grandfather.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not talking to you, Mr. Redford. I'm talking to the gentleman in the blue shirt. Yeah.
My name is Joshua Pierre. My lawyer is not here present at the moment. I believe had a medical emergency.
Mr. Pierre,
Please position number 10, you're on the Orca calendar.
have you spoken with Mr. Hill, Mr. Pierre?
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke to him 2 days ago.
And is he going to appear on your behalf today?
I wouldn't be able to make that day.
Where is he?
I'm not 100% sure.
Say it again?
I'm not 100% sure where he is right now, but let me know if we're not able to make today, so let you know that.
Okay, well, has conflict been done?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have call Mr. Hill to see where he is, why he has not filed a conflict. If he does not, if we do not hear from him, I'm gonna put him on a status calendar as to well, I'm gonna put him on a show cause calendar to show cause as to why I shouldn't hold him in contempt for not being here. So if you'll have a seat, Mr. Pierre will be with you.
Your Honor, position 11 on Orca A is on Zoom. And that's Orca A status.
Okay, and this is Gabrielle Rivers.
Yes.
Yes, and is there's
Morning, Your
yes.
Honor. It's Teresa Mahfood here with the law offices of Carlton R. Matthews.
Yes, Ms. Mahfood. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. We would ask for, we're still negotiating with the state on this one. We haven't quite, we do believe that we can reach a resolution, but we're not quite there. I would ask for also Attorney Matthews is currently on trial on that RICO case and he's lead counsel on this matter. I would ask for a continuance given Attorney Matthews' conflict and to give us time to continue negotiations.
Okay, you were on Ms. Mahfood, you've appeared on this calendar before. You were on an August 3rd, 2022 calendar, a September 21st, 2022 status calendar, a November 9th final plea calendar, and a January 11th final plea calendar. I don't understand what the issue is, why we can't get this resolved, while we have.
Well, Your Honor, we can't get it resolved yet because we're not quite where we believe we need to be to get it resolved. So, but we don't, you know,
as such, as such, I'm not placing you back on any other calendars. You're gonna go into an April jury trial calendar.
Okay, Your Honor, well, then I would ask that I would announce ready subject to continued negotiations with the state.
Okay, very good. We'll see you, you'll get the notice for the April jury trial calendar. We'll see you back at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor. This
You're
concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, you also, Ms. Rivers. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Say it again. Ms. Rivers.
Yes,
The clerk is telling me that we need to get a good contact number for you. So if you can put your information in the chat for the court so that we have your current information, okay?
Yes, sir, I sure will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
If I make an announcement, good morning, Your Honor. Chris Palazzolo for Elizabeth Quinn. And I just need to speak with the prosecutor. Hopefully we will be able to resolve this today or at least come to an agreement and set it for a plea date.
Okay, what is your client's name?
Elizabeth Wynn. I don't know the position. I apologize, Your Honor.
It's position 5 on the Orca status, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'd be happy to speak with Attorney
Oh, you Chris Palazola.
Palazola. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's tricky. Hey, imagine it only has one Z, and that's how it's pronounced.
Thank you.
Okay, so. All right, we'll be with you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let me take the pleas. Anyone else on Zoom who did not hear their name or join the call late?
How you doing, Your Honor? I joined the call late. My name is Sequan Cruz.
Your Honor, he's represented by Attorney Tracy Drake, who I also need to speak with. But Attorney Drake, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if you prefer, Your Honor, I can just give her a call. I do have her number.
Okay, so if you will give her a call, Ms. Riley, at some point, Mr. Cruz, stay on the line with us and we'll be with you, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. He was a few minutes late logging on.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So the first plea that I have is Mr. Dowsmore.
It's open.
And while this is your case, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so while I'm doing this, Ms. Githia, do you need to speak with anyone?
I believe that's one person I need to speak with. I think Attorney Florio, I think we need to get into a breakout room.
Okay, so how we're gonna, can you call him?
Or I can set my cell phone number to Cynthia on the chat, so she'll just check the chat, my cell phone number.
Okay, did you, Ms. Githia, if you'll check the chat, the cell phone numbers in the chat, okay?
Okay, I got it. I'll give him a call.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Dowsimer, if you'll come over to the podium, please. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Dowsimer. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do, Judge.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Riley?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would expect, if this were to proceed to trial, the state would expect the evidence to show that on October 15th of 2019, officers were dispatched to an animal call to 147 26th Street in Atlanta, Fulton County. Upon arrival, they made contact with the owner of the dog that was the victim in this case, who stated that he received a call from one of his roommates, the defendant, Mr. Dowsimer, about his dog. When he arrived, Mr. Mancini, when he arrived home, checked the cameras in the apartment and observed Mr. Dowsimer covering the dog with a blanket and pillow and then striking the dog through the blanket and pillow several times. The state's offer in this case, Your Honor, is, give me just one moment. It's 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 60 days, the balance on probation, a $750 fine, or complete 75 hours of community service.
And do the community service.
Okay. So 75 hours of community service. He's going to complete the BARC or BARC animal cruelty online course. Mr. Dowsimer may own no animals or have any animals in his household for the time that he is on probation. And to attend the BARC online course, Your Honor, Mr. Dowsimer must have an actual computer or laptop with a camera But if not,
You got
the
that.
camera can be purchased from BARC for a fee. And we would also need his email address to refer him to the BARC program.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. Botts?
Your Honor, it's with kind of great reluctance that if we enter the plea today, he's pleading under North Carolina v. Alford because he's not, we're unclear on really what constitutes the child cruelty, the animal cruelty in this case. But he believes that if he went to trial, there would be a likelihood that he could be found guilty. So he wants to enter the plea according to the terms that Ms. Riley and I have talked about and have been presented to the court. The only thing additional we'd like is that after he completes these terms, if his probation could be terminated. He's 27 years old. He's never been arrested before, never had any kind of thing. We are also asking for First Offender Act. We could not work out a program or anything with Ms. Riley to keep this off his record. So he wants to go ahead and enter it under the First Offender Act.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't have an objection to first offender. Regarding the Alford plea, I was not aware that it would be an Alford plea. I'm not necessarily objecting to that. I would have state for the record that the videos that have been sent to Mr. Botts, and I have reviewed them myself, it is clear that Mr. Dowsimer is striking the dog through the blanket, and the dog later passed away about 4 months after this incident. So I would just like to perfect the record. Thank you.
Well, let me also do that, is that I have an email from Ms. Riley when I specifically requested the videos, if there was one in this case, and I have an email stating that there is no video.
Okay.
That
And
is
that's why-
incorrect, Your Honor.
What?
That's incorrect. When I watched the videos, I shared them with you on evidence.com.
I don't want to get into anything right now, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'll talk to Ms. Riley later.
All right, so Alford plea, any objection to termination after completion, Ms. Riley?
Your Honor, no.
Okay. Does he want to pay the $750 or do the 75 hours?
I'd like to do the 75 hours.
He needs to do that based on his job.
All right. 75 hours of community service. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Riley, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Dowsimer, it's my understanding in case 19 CR 0084444F, you wish to plead Alford to cruelty to animals. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and by pleading Alford to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead Alford?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. When you complete the terms, it will terminate. And you'll plead it, you'll get first offender. And anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, we're gonna give you where you need to go to sign up for probation. If you'll go in the next 2 weeks to get started, and the sooner you get it complete, the sooner you won't be on probation anymore, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other questions for me? Okay, all right, good luck to you, Mr. Dowson.
Thank you,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I please make an updated announcement on this here, Jeffrey?
Yes.
Ms. Gideon just had an opportunity to speak. She's been contacted, she'd already done it, to request the body cam dash cam in that case, just so that myself and Mr. Newsom could review it. If the court would allow us a reset to the March calendar, I'm extremely optimistic that she and I will be able to come to a resolution for the court's consideration on that day.
Okay, tell me again who your client is.
Yes, sir. His last name is, it's spelled incorrectly. It's Newson. W-S-O-N. Is the name, is what his name appears on the calendar. He's on the baby calendar, I believe, in the upper.
Number 9.
He's-
Okay, status calendar.
Oh, yeah, yeah, position number 9 on the Orca A status.
Number 9. Okay. And tell me the spelling of his name again, please.
It's N-E-W-S-O-N,
N
but the proper spelling is N-E-W-S-O-N.
S-O-N. Okay, we'll make that
Thanks.
correction. And you want to go on to March 1st? Okay, it's March. Do you want to go on is it a final plea calendar?
If we can move it to
You want, if you can work it out, I'd rather you work it out. But if there's gonna be an issue as to you working it out, I don't mind putting you on a status calendar.
if we can please do status out of an abundance of caution, but it may be that we show up ready to resolve.
Okay, all right, March 1st, status calendar. If you do resolve it, if you have your paperwork ready, we can get you out of here as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much.
Okay, anything further?
Thank you. That concludes my
Okay.
list for the court and myself. Please speak to you.
Yes, have a good day. Thank you.
You as well,
All
sir.
right. And yes, right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I apologize. I believe that Attorney Tracy Drake is still on. If I may, just be placed in a breakout room with her first. I think
Okay.
that was my only plea.
Okay, if we can go to that, if we put Ms. Riley into a breakout room.
And then I apologize,
Thank
Judge,
you,
for
ma'am.
interrupting you. Can I then have a breakout room with ASG Riley or just be right behind? Ms. Thank you.
Yes, she will take you all in order, Ms. Helen. Thank you.
Understood, Judge. Thank you.
And if I may, Your Honor, I will be after Miss Helen.
Okay, yes, Ms. Gant.
Thank you.
Mr. Rose. Well. You have
So
some,
number one, on the ordinary status, come to Bedford.
yes,
I don't know who the solicitor is, but we have a counter offer on a plea. In that case.
Mr. Beckford's case, is this you, Ms. Githia?
That is Ms. Riley's case.
Okay, so you'll have to wait for Ms. Riley to come back. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right,
Judge, I have 2 announcements.
okay, give the court a moment.
Hi, if Miss Atlantis McClendon is in the courtroom, can she step out and answer her phone, please? Thank you.
Thank you for the time, Your Honor. Is the court in recess?
She said, give him 1 second.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Gaither. And we also have William Smith ready for a plea.
With Mr. Smith, Judge, if you give me half a second, I'm just trying to help him complete this,
Okay, you're fine.
information.
Thank you for the time, Your Honor. I've had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Drake. And I still need to send her the videos in this case. But I did convey a preliminary offer to her. We would just ask for this to be moved to a calendar for Attorney Scott Drake or to be able to review that additional discovery.
Okay, which type of calendar would you like this to be on, Ms. Riley?
For another status calendar, Your Honor. I believe we may be able to resolve the matter.
Okay, March 1st work.
Yes, Your Honor.
March 1st status. Ms. Drake, does that work for you?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, very good. So if you are able to resolve it by that time, if you'll make sure to, and it is going to be a plea, if you all can have that paperwork ready so we can get you in and out as quickly as possible, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Ms. Raleigh, very much. Your Honor, may my client and I be excused?
Yes, you all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, now, Ms. Riley, I believe that Ms. Helen is next in line for her case.
Yes.
And we're ready for that plea now, Judge, for Mr. Smith.
Okay, and is that your case, Ms. Riley?
That is my case, Your Honor. And
Oh, okay.
if I can get a copy of that plea paperwork, please.
And I apologize, Your Honor, are we being put in a breakout room?
Yes, you and Ms. Riley. So if we can put Ms. Riley and Ms. Helen to a breakout. room, please.
That's gonna be.
Have we decided what we're gonna do with Ms. Wayne?
It's gonna be the lead judge.
Okay, and have you gotten the paperwork?
She's filling out the probation paperwork now.
Okay, does she have the plea paperwork also?
So we sent the plea paperwork yesterday. On
Okay.
Emails.
Okay, great. All right, we'll get to you as soon as we can. Thank you. It is Ms.
Oh,
Ms. Githier.
Ms. Githier, I'm sorry.
For William Smith?
Yes, right. That's yours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Your Honor, while Mr. Gaither is getting that paperwork, going back to position 7 on the Orca A status, Anjani Michael.
Yes.
There is another case pending in state court, and it's scheduled for a jury trial on March 23rd, 2023 in Judge Dixon's division.
Yes, Your Honor, that's 22 CR 004350, and it's also a C case, just like this one was a C case. Ours is 22 CR 006335C.
What is the charge for the other case?
I don't know the other case.
The other one was simple battery and obstruction.
Okay, so this case was transferred here by apparently Judge Dixon.
Your Honor, I know, but I got a note 2 weeks ago that it was transferred back. And I personally gave the file to Mr. Zachary Finley in our office, who has the other case for sure.
So what do you want?
I'm trying to get us transferred back because I discussed it with him. I understood it was already done. He understood that too. I don't know what happened, whether somebody had suggested it be done. My email said it had been transferred back.
Okay, so any objection, Ms. Githia, to transferring this case to Judge Dixon so they can resolve both these cases possibly at the same time?
There's no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so if we can make sure to get position number 7 on the Orca A status conference calendar transferred back to Judge Dixon's court so that she can hopefully resolve both of these matters at the same time. Okay. So is Ms. Anjani Michael with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. So you'll get notification of your next hearing date, Mr. Michael. So we're going to transfer this back to the division judge so that all your cases can be handled at the same time. Okay?
Actual question, sir.
Yes, sir.
You had said something about a jury trial. I never said anything about a jury trial, so I was wondering where that came in at. I never
Okay.
said anything about a jury trial.
Apparently you have counsel for your other charges. That is also a public defender. So when your case gets transferred back to him, or can we get him, Mr.
I'll give him my number and Mr. Finley's number.
Okay, so you can contact Mr. Finley so that you can get clarification on what's happening with your other case, okay?
Okay.
All right, and you have a good day, sir. Ms. Riley, can we go now? If you're completed with Ms. Helen, can you speak with Ms.
Mr. Pelosa?
I believe Ms. Gant needs to speak with you also.
Okay.
Is that all right, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. I think Ms. McClendon wanted to relay some information to me. I'm not sure. I'll let PD Helen say that.
Are you with us, Ms. Helen?
Your Honor, she is on the telephone with a client, I believe.
So we'll give her that opportunity in a moment, Ms. Riley. Let's have you and Ms. Gant speak.
There's Ms. Helen.
Is there something that you needed to get to Ms. Riley, Ms. Helen?
Judge, I just stepped out to speak to Ms. McClendon. She's ready to make an announcement in her case.
Okay, what calendar is she on, Ms. Helen?
She is on Orca C final plea, Your Honor, position 5. I believe, PD Helen, are you still requesting this to be reset to a final plea calendar?
Yes, and Your Honor, I just spoke with Ms. McClendon. She has just received the offer from the state. She is seriously considering that offer, Judge, and she just wants time. It could be a very short reset, a week or the very next final plea calendar, Judge, to make a decision on that offer.
You're fine, Ms. Helen. March 8th, final plea calendar, okay?
Understood, Judge.
All right, is Ms. McClendon on the line?
She's in court, Judge.
Oh, okay. Yes, Ms. McClendon. We'll see you back on March 8th, okay?
Sorry.
I said, well, your case is going to be reset until March 8th so that you can consider the state's offer. Yes, you'll get a notice, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a good day. Okay. So now, Ms. Riley, I believe that
I can go into the breakout room. Okay,
yes, thank you.
thank you.
Did you receive the paperwork, Ms. Githia?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, this is position number 10, William Smith. Okay. Good morning again, Mr. Smith. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor. The state expects the evidence to show if this case were to proceed to trial, that on September 14th, 2021, officers received a call be dispatched at 556 North Side Drive, Atlanta in Fulton County. The caller advised kid's father jumped on her, and the officers responded to 556 Northside Drive. Upon their arrival, they met with the victim, Cynthia Newkirk, who advised them that she had been assaulted by her child's father, Mr. William Smith. She said the incident took place when she had asked when she had asked Mr. Smith, why didn't he get their child's haircut? This led to an argument, which led to Mr. Smith spitting in her face, punching her in the face, and throwing a rock, which landed on the victim's, on the back of the Miss Newkirk's head. The officer observed that Miss Newkirk's eye was swollen. The state's offer in this case is 12 months to serve 3 days, credit for time served 3 days, a family violence intervention program, no further violent contact with the victim, Cynthia Newkirk, and the balance is suspended upon completion of the conditions.
Mr. Gaither.
Oh, Judge, we have nothing further to add, only we ask that the court accept the plea as negotiated, and we stipulate to identity and venue.
Mr. Smith, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 006096Y, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Smith, I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, the probation will terminate, okay?
Yes.
So the sooner you get that course done, the sooner you won't be on probation any longer.
Yes, sir.
All right. You'll get the address for the probation today. If you will report within the next 2 weeks so that you can get that started, all right?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. Judge, does he need to speak with probation? Will they come to him? I'm just trying to figure out where to advise him. Is he free?
We will give him the sheet today that has the probation contact information on it. So they won't be with us today, but he should go to them within the next, or reach out to them within the next 2 weeks. Okay. All right. Well, as soon as are we ready? As soon as you're ready.
And Your Honor, position 2 on Orca C status conference is here.
Okay.
On Zoom.
Case the count.
Position 2, Orca C. Okay. And that's Tiziana Jenkins.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. He's on Zoom, or she's on Zoom.
Can you hear me, Ms. Jenkins?
Excuse.
Ms. Jenkins, are you with us? Is she under the Tarisha? Is that who?
No, her camera's on. It's just faced upwards at the ceiling.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right, well, apparently she's not with us right this second. Those have been signed.
Yeah.
Those have been signed.
Okay, thank you.
These still need to be signed. Is that-
Yeah, so we have those, okay, so have you changed
Position number 10, Orca A status. I have 5 attorneys still person phone, the paralegal phone, to no avail.
Is Mr. Pierre here?
Yes, it's still in the back of the courtroom there.
All right. This is gonna go on the status. No. This is gonna go on a show cause as to why Attorney Hill should not be held in contempt.
Okay.
And that's gonna be on March 1st.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pierre. We have attempted to contact your attorney. We cannot raise him. As such, we are going to send out a notice to him. You can let him know if you talk to him that he's being placed on a March 1st show cause calendar as to why this court should not hold him in contempt for not being here to represent you today, okay? Say it again. I would prefer that you appear at that time because I'm hoping that this will get him to appear and you can talk to him and to the state regarding any plea negotiations in the matter. So, yes, sir. If you would appear on that calendar also, okay? All right, you have any other questions for me? All right, you have a good day, Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, I do have an announcement, position 5 on the Orca A status conference calendar. Daquan Massey. I was gonna say, Ms. Riley, I sent a message, a direct message to you in the chat.
I saw it. I just haven't had a chance to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I know
Yeah,
you're
I
busy.
don't have an objection.
Okay, if you can send me the paperwork, then that'll be a plea.
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
I know
Yes,
you're
Mr.
busy.
Gaither, that's okay, Your Honor, I'm working on plea paperwork for position 1 on this calendar as well as now for Mr. Gaither's client, position 5. So,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Ms. Jenkins, I'm still trying to raise you, ma'am. I see that you're there.
Your Honor, I have a question that has nothing to do with any case on this calendar, but it has to do with 2 clients that were on previous calendars. So I received phone calls from both Landora Thompson and William Smith, and they were both on prior calendars. And I believe they both have bench warrants. Miss Thompson contacted the clerk's office, and the clerk's office informed me that there was a change of address for her. And Mr. William Smith, he explained to me that he missed his date on January 6th. There was a miscommunication with him and the pretrial officer. They switched pretrial officers. He had been reporting and somehow he miscommunication, he missed that date. So my question is, do I need to figure out which judge signed the warrants, or can any judge such as yourself sitting on the bench, can I ask that they be set on the calendar so I can have them both appear?
Do you know did they miss my calendar?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Was it an Orca calendar?
Yes, they're both Orca calendars.
Okay, so get with one of the litigation managers today. They will let you, okay, Ms. Redding is behind you.
Let me go get some water. I'm sure I'm so busy.
Okay, so if it's one of my calendars, you can put it back on to set aside the bench warrant and get them here. If it's somebody else's calendar, I'm sure that they wouldn't mind doing the same thing.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And you can get that on the earliest calendar. I mean, you don't have to wait till, a month from now if you want to do calendar.
Yeah, I want to do it immediately.
Okay, right. So get with her. If it's my calendar, just put it on one of the calendars for next week.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Whose? I don't know.
Oh, home and commission. Oh, I'm sorry. One of them is, it says Orca E. It was January 6th. And it was position 19.
Ms. Redding said she'd handle it.
Okay, I got you.
And that's the final plea. Who's handling position 11? Ms. Wang? Is that you, Ms. Githia?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay. We're about to send you the paperwork on that. And once you receive it, we'll be ready to take that plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me know when you receive that. And do you have that paperwork for me? Walter? Nope. Thank you.
I have received it.
Okay, you all can come on up. Yes, we're ready.
You ready, Your Honor?
Yes, they're coming to the podium now. Yeah. Good morning again, Ms. Wang. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yeah, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor. If this case were to proceed to trial, the state expects the evidence to show that on November 2nd, 2021, at approximately 24 hours, an officer was dispatched to 9000 Avalon Boulevard, which is Avalon Hotel parking deck in Alpharetta, Georgia, located in Fulton County. And he was called in reference to a suspicious vehicle. When the officer arrived, he met with security for the property, who informed him that a white sedan was driving around the parking deck several times, and then the driver drove over the curb and into the parking deck. The officer then went to the parking deck and located the defendant, Ms. Wang. I'm sorry. He noticed her car was stopped in the middle of the travel lanes, partially blocking other vehicles' travel had there been any other vehicles there. He pulled up behind her vehicle and he had to knock on the window loudly. Ms. Wang had a disheveled look about her. She had watery eyes and slurred speech. He then asked her to drive. He asked her what was she doing, and she stated she was trying to sober up before driving. He then asked her to step out of her vehicle and asked her to stand with her heels together and she could not stand still with her heels together. She could not do this without stumbling and swaying to keep her balance. She was then placed in handcuffs without incident. She was transported to the Alpharetta Police Department, where she was issued a citation for driving under the influence, less safe, and she was turned over to her father when he arrived at the police station. The offer is 12 months to serve 1 day. The 1 day is to be served, balance probated, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, risk reduction program, and 1 victim impact panel.
Counsel.
Your Honor, we would ask you to accept the plea and we'd ask to, you to allow Ms. Wang to turn herself in on Saturday.
Okay. What time would she like to turn herself in?
If we get there.
Um,
Might want to give it a little bit later because you guys come a little bit earlier. Let's say like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I get there earlier.
is it that? Is it that well, and earlier than this let me that?
Right. You have to do the whole 24 hours.
Yeah.
You want to say
so-
like 8 o'clock? 8 a.m., Judge.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
Ms. Wang, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 006110C, you wish to plead guilty to driving under the influence less safe. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
You satisfied with my services?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury.
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. We will allow you to turn yourself in to do the 24 hours at 8 a.m. on Saturday. So what date is Saturday? Saturday,
February 4th.
February 4th. When you complete the terms of the probation, it will go to a non-reporting status, okay? So the sooner that you complete the terms, the sooner you won't have to report to probation.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're going to get a form with the probation information on it today. Within the next 2 weeks or when you get out of custody, if you can contact them, you can begin the probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, anything further?
Nothing else. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we'll give her the information and does she have the location, address where she needs to turn herself in?
She doesn't, Judge.
We can give that to her also.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you, Ms. Wang.
Thank you so much, and I apologize for my wrongdoings and for arriving late from the Atlanta traffic.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other announcements at the present time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gant?
Regarding Carlos Merritt, I believe he is, one moment, Your Honor. Orca status C, position.
I'm sorry, he's Orca status A, position 6.
Okay.
I do apologize. Your Honor, as I indicated earlier, I received discovery video for Mr. Merritt at 10:54 on Monday evening. I have not had the opportunity to view that video. I also was under the impression that the state was preparing to offer an improved offer. That's not the case. So I'm asking that we place the offer on the record and that I be allowed to have this case be reset to the final plea calendar.
Okay, so March, well, the final plea calendar for this is going to be April 19th. Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
and if you'll place the offer, Ms. Riley, on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. For count 1 racing, it is 10 days suspended on payment of a $500 fine in Stanter. Counts 2 and 3 would merge with count 1. Count 4 is 10 days suspended on a payment of $500 fine in Stanter. So that would be a total of $1,000 in fines.
Okay, and he understands that the fine comes along with a surcharge, Ms. Gant. And if he was going to pay it in Stanter, he can call down and find out how much it's going to be in total so that he can have that with him when he comes, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything further? I see Mr. Merritt there. Anything further on Mr. Merritt today?
Nothing from the defense. May he be.
Yes, okay, we'll see you back in April, Mr. Merritt, okay?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day, sir.
And Your Honor, Chris Palazola for Miss Nguyen. I was wondering, I don't know if I need a breakout room. I sent Miss Riley a direct message, which could, would probably resolve it.
Yeah, I saw it. I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, Mr. Veloza. So if you would like to go into a breakout room, I'm fine to do that.
All right, so let's put them in a breakout room, okay?
Great, thank you.
And we'll hold until we have another plea ready.
She can take a copy of that with her and then accept it.
Ms. Jenkins, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it needs to be spelled out here about her turn herself in at what time the date and what time. Yeah, or what she put on the date, Judge. And the time we're gonna give her a copy of that, and she'll take that and then we'll email it to intake classifications at the jail, so they know to receive her all the time.
And what date did we say that was? February?
February 4th at 8:00 a.m.
Jeff,
Yes.
Ms. Jenkins is on, she's back in camera.
Ms. Jenkins? Can you hear me, Ms. Jenkins? If you can hear me, you need to unmute yourself. Ms. Bolton, do we have Ms. Jenkins's phone number? Tatiana Jenkins, who's position number 2. She is not responding. Ms. Jenkins? Can you hear me, Ms. Jenkins? Oh, she's, you need to unmute yourself, ma'am.
If you can hear me, on.
Hello?
Yes, Ms. Jenkins, we've been trying to get in touch with you for the last 30 minutes or so now. Were you late getting on the call this morning?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you need to find a place where you can stop and address the court, ma'am. Were you late getting on the call today?
I believe so at 9, but I
Yes.
joined a little late.
Why did you join late?
I got off work pretty early and I got in the house a little. I'm still not at home.
Okay. Ms. Jenkins, do you have an attorney representing you on this matter?
No, not today.
Have you sought to seek the assistance of a public defender to represent you, or would you like to do that?
Yes.
Have you done that in the past?
I tried, but I wasn't able to get in contact with anyone.
Okay. So what I'm gonna have you do, Ms. Jenkins, is that I'm gonna, it is 11 o'clock now. You were supposed to be in court at 9 o'clock this morning. You've already had one bench warrant set aside against you. I'm gonna require that you be in court with me on March 8th. Okay, so
yes,
you have to come down to court. I want to see you in person on March 8th. It's going to be a status conference calendar. Before that time, I want you to make application with the public defender to see if you qualify for the services of the public defender. We will get you the information of how you need to go about doing that. Do we have Ms. Helen or Ms. Gant, are either of you on the line with me?
And yes, Judge, I can resubmit the information as far as getting Miss Jenkins' email to see if she qualifies. But if she can put her phone number in the chat, I can see if she qualifies today.
Okay, go ahead and put your phone number in the chat, Ms. Jenkins, so that Ms. Helen can start you on the process. And so that we can see if you qualify, okay?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
thank you. You
Yes,
said March, but what time on the 8th?
I'll give you that information at a later time, Ms. Jenkins. Go ahead and put your information in so you can speak with Ms. Helen, okay?
Okay.
And Judge, if it'd be easiest, Ms. Jenkins, read out your number for me.
470-385-0193.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, so you're gonna be hearing from Ms. Helen, Ms. Jenkins.
Okay.
Okay? Then you're gonna speak back to me.
Okay.
Mr. Sims? Yeah. Let's see, have you made application for the public defender? And did you qualify? You did? Okay, Mr. Gaither.
What's his name?
Mr. Sims says, are you Mr. Sims' attorney? Orca C status conference calendar?
Yeah, he appeared.
Okay.
And what happened is that I was going to call my client who wasn't here. And I saw a gentleman sitting there and I just asked him his name. He told me it's Quintavia Sims. I looked on the calendar and realized, okay, he was absent when you called the calendar. So I just informed the court that he was here.
Okay, he says he's made application. Would you see if he's made application and if he qualifies for your services?
Sure,
Okay,
absolutely.
so, all right, Mr. Sims, Mr. Gaither's gonna speak with you, okay?
And I know Ms. Riley is, she's busy trying to get plea paperwork too. So
okay,
we have a little
all
downtime.
right, okay.
I'm getting myself.
And Judge, I have an announcement for Ms. Jenkins' case.
Yes, Ms. Helen.
I've just spoken with Ms. Jenkins. She does not qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. However, I think she may want to speak with the solicitor directly on this case.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Helen, I appreciate that. Ms. Jenkins, are you back on the line? Ms. Githier?
It may take her, I apologize, Judge. It may take her a minute. She was on the, okay, sorry.
Okay, is this your case, Ms. Githier?
I was gonna say that's Miss Riley's case, Your Honor. I think she's in the breakout room.
All right, so if you hold on for us, Ms. Jenkins. Yes.
Position number 5 and 7.
5, he's here in person. We still haven't dealt with him. 7, I need to we need to transfer that. Apparently he has another case in Judge Dixon's courtroom has a March 23rd jury trial calendar. We need to reach out and transfer this case to them so that they can handle this all at the same time if they wish to.
Okay.
Mr. Newsom, the attorney, Mr. Flory, I know he was talking to the DA.
March 1st status calendar.
I'm sorry.
You
You
fine.
shouldn't be telling me.
I'm sorry. And his last name is Newsom.
SON.
Yes, so if we can change that to an,
Well, here's the problem. When they're booked in and play, we can't change
oh,
it.
okay,
We're not supposed to. I'll say that.
okay.
If wrong, we'll have to keep it wrong.
That makes so much sense.
If we're checking on position number 13, right? Because it's supposed to be transferred to Superior Court.
Yeah, and that's gonna, is, and if not, it's gonna go on a March 1st status calendar.
I'm sorry. Contact position one or Orca.
I'm sorry.
Contact position one is Alabama.
And I checked this for Mr. Page. Those are both judge laws.
Okay, well,
So
let her do it.
I told him, you don't have to sign that.
She is less sympathetic than I am, apparently.
Now, yesterday, that's just
So I went back to my notes.
made a little investment for me yesterday in that same situation. She told me that I had to make sure that his address was correct and make sure I tell him he must appear in person. But the only reason was, it was just last week and she hadn't signed a warrant yet.
Okay,
So
Okay, looks like Ms. Hellman representing Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Because his case was originally. And probably the trigger. He stepped in, but he.
Yes, Ms. Riley.
Thank you for the time, Your Honor. I believe is Attorney Pelosi back yet? I believe he's asking for a final plea date. I will send the plea paperwork to him and Ms. Today.
Okay. What,
I'm sorry, position 5, yes, on Orca C status. But he needed the final plea date. However, it looks like he left the meeting instead of just leaving the breakout room, because I told him he would
so
have
he should,
the date from you.
okay.
You want him back right now?
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. So the final plea date is gonna be, March 8th.
Okay, and that's, or what we're talking about, Miss Nguyen, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's my understanding, position 5, Elizabeth Nguyen, that you've had a
Okay.
discussion with Ms. Riley and have requested a final plea date. If that's the
Okay.
case, it is gonna be March 8th,
Martha, what time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. And that is, will that be in person or virtual, or will we get notice?
I would prefer that it's in person,
Okay.
so that we can get you in and out as quickly as possible.
I think my client is in Europe with her fiance planning a wedding. I can be there in person and have everything signed.
Okay.
Can she be virtual?
That's fine, as long as, the paperwork's done prior to that time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll
It's very
see,
good seeing you again.
as always. Have a good day.
You too. And all right,
Thank you.
I guess I can be excused.
Yes, you and Ms. Nguyen. We'll see you next time.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ms. Riley, Ms. Jenkins, who is in position number 2 on the Orca C status conference calendar, would like to speak with you regarding this case and your offer. She does not qualify for the services of the public defender, as such, will be proceeding pro se.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll place my offer on the record for count 1. DUI under the influence per se is 12 months to serve 24 hours. Credit for time served 24 hours. The balance on probation, 40 hours of community service, a $400 fine, risk reduction, alcohol and drug evaluation, and any treatment that is recommended. 1 victim impact panel, and count 2 would be null pros.
Okay, so Ms. Jenkins, you'll have to unmute yourself for me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
That is the state's offer in regards to a guilty plea for the driving under the influence charge. Do you have any questions regarding that offer?
Like that would be the stuff I would have to do, like if I was to say I was like guilty.
That's correct.
No.
Okay, so your options are either to have a bench trial or a jury trial. Which would you like?
A bench trial would be what?
A bench trial would be before me. I would hear the state's evidence. If you have any evidence, I would hear that evidence and I would make a decision on the matter as far as your guilt goes. And I would find you either guilty or not guilty. If I did find you guilty, I would pronounce the sentence on you. A jury trial is amongst your peers, and they would make the decision after hearing the evidence as to whether you're guilty or not. If they come back with a guilty plea, with a guilty verdict, then again, I would make the decision on what the sentence would be.
And I have to pick one like right now?
Yes, because I'm going to place you on a bench trial calendar or a jury trial calendar. That calendar is going to be far enough out that if you wish to hire a lawyer to represent you, that you do so. But if in the interim you do not hire a lawyer, I will inform you that you will be going forward with a bench trial or a jury trial on the date that's that you come before the court.
Your Honor, the state would have an objection to a bench trial in this case and would request for a jury trial, as it is the state's right. We do have to consent to a bench trial. So I just wanted, if that helps her make her decision.
Okay, so So the only option for you at this point, Ms. Jenkins, because Ms. Riley is asserting the right that they have a jury trial, is that you will have a jury trial on this matter, which means that we will get a jury to determine your guilt or innocence.
Okay.
Okay, so is that what you want to do?
I thought that was the only option I had.
Right, well, the options that you have are enter into a negotiated plea or have a jury trial. It's my understanding that you want a jury trial. Is that correct?
Is there a way like, yeah, I'll just take the trial. Yes.
Okay, so that jury trial is going to be in April. You will get notification. And know, Ms. Jenkins, that if you do not show up, then as was before, that a bench warrant will be placed for your arrest. Okay, so you're going to get notification of an April jury trial. That's going to be in person, so you're going to have to be down here in person. It will be 9 a.m. You're going to have to be on time, so take into account Atlanta traffic and we'll be proceeding in April, okay?
Okay, so what you were saying about March 8th.
Oh, so there's no need for you to come back in March as you're not entering into a plea. Our next jury trial calendar is in April, okay?
Okay.
I strongly suggest that you hire an attorney to represent you in this matter, okay? Or at least get some advice from counsel.
Is there a way like I could not just do like the community service and like get that over with? Would that be like points on my license or something?
Well, there's not going to be. You're gonna have to consult with an attorney with regard to any of those type of questions, Ms. Jenkins. Okay, so
Okay.
you don't have to do anything until you either enter into a plea or if there's a if there is a jury trial. If you have a jury trial and they find you guilty, then you'll have to submit to whatever sentence the court places upon you.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, we'll see you back in April. You'll get notice. All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. Who do we have next? Anybody, are there any announcements?
Judge, the announcement with respect to Mr. Quintavious Sims, who's present in court, he's position 7 on the Orca C status conference calendar. It appears that, yes, when he filled out his application, he was accepted and was being represented by Javier Trejo. And when Mr. Trejo was reassigned, he passed this case on to Ms. Catrice Helen. So she's probably not fully aware. I saw the email string, so this may be Ms. Helen's case. I've sent her a direct message, but she may be a little busy.
And Judge, I looked through my files. I did find Mr. Sims' file from Mr. Trejo. I have not filed an entry in this case. So if Mr. Sims is in court or has appeared on the Zoom call, I'd like his information to contact him. And if he's not, Judge, I'd still like an opportunity for this to be reset so I can contact Mr. Sims.
Okay, I'd just like to make note that Mr. Sims has appeared in this court previous to today. And he's here again today. So I am going to reset him till March 8th for status, but I just want it to be on the record that he has been present every time the court has requested his presence. Mr. Sims, if you will give your contact information to Mr. Gaither, Mr. Gaither will get it to Ms. Helen, and hopefully the next time you come before the court, we can resolve this in some manner, okay? All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, are we ready for Mr. Bedford's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Riley, is this your case? Or
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I was working on the paperwork for Mr. Massey, but I can go ahead and take this plea.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I know you're busy this morning.
No problem.
And this is going to be a no-load plea to disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Your Honor. I apologize. I forgot to change that charge on the plea paperwork, but it is disorderly conduct.
Okay. Mr. Bedford, can
Yes.
you raise your right hand for me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
And you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Riley?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would expect the evidence to show that on June 22nd of 2015, Mr. Bedford did commit the offense of disorderly conduct in Fulton County by, without provocation, used towards the officer and in his presence, abusive words, which by the very utterance tend to incite immediate breach of the peace. The state's offer in this case is 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Bedford, it's my understanding that in case 17 CR 0091116E, you wish to plead no load to disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Not at all.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading no load to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody forced you to plead no load?
No, sir.
I'll accept the no load plea, Mr. Bedford. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, could I see the paperwork? I'm gonna make sure I made the correction.
Okay,
The guy who ended the second page later.
there you go.
Notation on there. Can we write on the plea and verdict, no contendory to disorderly conduct? That's what I wanted to add.
That's fine.
Plea, right there,
Okay. I mean,
because it was a mistake.
okay, go ahead.
That's one of-
He's just gonna write no low on the form, Ms. Riley.
Thank you.
Hey, Judge, I apologize too this morning, man.
You're fine, Mr. Bedford. I'm glad you were able to handle it. Okay? Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's accepted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Did I get it right?
You want a copy of it? You don't get it. You just have a seat. Okay. Okay. Be about 3 minutes.
Okay, who do we have left?
He just wants a copy.
Okay.
I know for my cases, Your Honor, I just have Mr. Massey and I'm doing the paperwork.
Okay, and that's Mr. Massey in court.
Yes,
So I think
he's a court judge, and I don't want to be derelict in my duties, but I do have you just let me know whether you want to see it at this point. He has a letter from his employer in full support of him. That, and matter of fact, in the letter is addressed to the honorable judge. And then I have a community service letter verification form for community service he went voluntarily did. And I've already previously provided these documents to the state. So
okay.
would you like to take a look,
Yes.
Judge? Okay.
Thank you.
Well, Your Honor, I understand that they have been emailed to me, but I have no way of knowing if those are the same documents that were emailed to me that you're now viewing. So just for the record, the state would lodge that objection. It shouldn't have any bearing since this is a negotiated plea, but I'm not sure why you need to see them. Unless this is going to be non-negotiated, and then that would have to be presented at an evidentiary hearing.
Well, I think that it might be counsel's contention that even though it's a negotiated plea, that I don't have to accept it if I hear something that I'm not happy with. So, and it's the letters from David Franton at 210 Johnson Road in Forest Park is dated December 9th of 2021, and it just is addressed to the honorable judge, and it appears to be an acknowledgement of Mr. Massey as an employee of Mr. Franton. And the second is a community service letter of verification that he's done 44 hours of community service at a Goodwill that's located at 2500 Carp Parkway in Kennesaw. And it's signed by Ms. White as the contact person, and Alexis White, whose contact information is also on the verification form.
Your Honor, the state's plea is for a $500 fine and stanter. So I'm not sure, again, the state would just object for the record. Thank
Okay.
you.
And as soon
To-
as I get the paperwork, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, oops, I didn't know I was on.
Thank you.
What, he's got a cash bond of $1,000. Does he know get this certified by the clerk?
You trying to get the $1,000?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we won't give it back people.
I know, but does he need a certified copy to get that at the jail? Right, yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll have to check.
It's okay.
I'll have to call him.
He can go up there. It's still, they didn't move it, did they?
It's still in jail.
J115, okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Baker. You need me?
So he's prepared to take more, but he was just one of the guys watching the jail.
Sorry. I just always like to let you know what I'm doing.
Have we gotten the paperwork?
No.
No.
I'm gonna check again. Hold on. No, not yet.
You're answering your own questions.
I'll make sure I'll do everything I'm
Okay, Ms. Riley, I believe we're ready for the plea now. Yes, good morning again, Mr. Massey. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Riley?
Thank you, Your Honor. And the state would expect the evidence to show that on June 2nd of 2021, Georgia State Patrol was in the area. I'm sorry, on 575, Highway 575, and observed Mr. Massey in another vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed and weaving in and out of traffic. And a traffic collision did occur. The state's recommendation is a plea to count 3, which is 10 days suspended on a payment of a $500 fine in Stanter.
Judge, we normally I wouldn't object or have a disagreement with a factual basis, but this case did not involve an accident.
Ms. Riley?
Let me pull up. And it could be that the police, maybe I'm reading a police report from another case. Hold on, let me try, pull it up again. Because he was not charged with any accident-related offenses. I apologize. Yes, on June 2nd, 2021, Officer Hun observed Mr. Massey operating his vehicle at 107 miles per hour in a 55-mile-per-hour zone, weaving in and out of traffic, street racing with another vehicle. And this was at 285 Crescent Parkway in Fulton County. So I apologize. That was the incorrect police report. Thank you, Mr. Gaither.
No problem.
Anything further, Mr. Gaither?
Nothing further, Judge. We just ask that the court accept his no plea as negotiated. The reason why we provided the letter from his employer, because it's just not often that we have defendants that have someone that speaks up with them, plain and simple. And when you have an employer that takes the time to write the letter, then what's going to happen is that he has to go to work when this proceeding is over. His boss is going to ask him, well, how'd it go? Did the judge get the letter? Oh, no, my lawyer didn't even give him the letter. And then so that just chips away at the public's faith in our judicial system. So it's because he's going to be like, well, why did I even bother writing? So that's why I provided Your Honor the letter. And Your Honor can provide whatever weight that you deem the letter is worthy of receiving. We do have one issue though. It's not an issue. It's an issue. The $500 in Stanton. He has the $500 plus money for surcharges. Unfortunately, the surcharge is a little bit more than what I expected. And so I think it came up to a total of $737.50. He can provide what he has today, but he needs an extra week to provide the total amount. Because when we spoke, I did tell him the surcharges, but it came up to a little bit more than what I even thought it would be.
And honestly, Your Honor, I can do the whole 700 by Friday of this week, actually.
Any objection to him paying the fine by Friday, Ms. Riley?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so just get it paid by Friday. And
So do I come here?
yes,
Okay.
okay. Anything further?
That's it, Judge.
Mr. Massey, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 0072224, you wish to plead no load to racing. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with this representation?
Yes, I am, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading no load to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I understand, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead no load?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the no load as negotiated. Mr. Massey, you'll have till Friday at close of business to get the total paid. You can just pay it in one lump sum.
Okay.
It'll take partial payments, so just pay it all by the close of business on Friday.
Yes, sir.
And once you do that, you'll be done.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Madam, can you tell me what, and the total amounts are here, so it's, gotcha.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just have a seat, so she gets that paper.
Okay, I believe that completes the calendars for today. As soon as Ms. Redding and Ms. Bolton are ready, we will go over the calendars. And for anyone that did not appear, these cases have been on a calendar before. The state will be issuing, the state has requested bench warrants on those cases. The request will be granted, and bench warrants will be granted for those individuals who did not appear today. Okay. Okay.
This is the Orca A status conference calendar. Position number 1, Bedford negotiated plea. Position number 2, Bumpers reset status calendar March 1st. Position number 3, Cruise reset status March 1st. Position number 4, Humphrey request jury trial. Position number 5, Massey plea. Position number 6, Merritt reset final plea April 19th. Position number 7, there's another case in Judge Dixon. The case is to be transferred to Judge Dixon's chambers. Position number 8, reset show cause March 1st. Position number 9, reset status March 1st.
I apologize, Judge. I'm missing the names. The last person I had was Humphrey. Who was the next person?
My apology. The last person you had was Humphrey. Position number 5 is Massey, negotiated plea. Position number 6 is Merritt, reset final plea, April 19th. Position number 7, last name Michael, to be transferred to Judge Dixon. Position number 8, Mungai, Mungai, reset show cause March 1st. Position number 9, Newsom, reset status March 1st. Position number 10, Pierre, reset show cause March 1st for the attorney to appear. Position number 11, Rivers, request jury trial. Position number 12, Smith, reset status March 1st. Position 13, Terrell, reset status March 1st. Position 14, Walden, reset status March 1st. Position 15, Welch, reset status March 1st.
Thank you. Okay, can everyone hear me? Okay.
Yes, Ms. Bolton, thank you.
This is the Orca C status conference, position 1, bench warrant. Position 2, jury trial request. Position 3, jury trial request. Position 4, jury trial request. Position 5, reset final plea, 3/8/2023. Position 6, reset status, 3/8/2023. Position 7, reset 3/8 status. Position 8, jury trial request. Position 9, no pros. Position 10, transfer to Judge Edie. Orca C final plea. Position 1, bench warrant.
Position 2, jury trial request. Position 3, reset status 3/8. Position 4 was a plea. Position 5, reset final plea for March 8th. Position 6 was a no cross. Position 7, reset for status for 3/8. Position 8, jury trial request. Position 9, jury trial request. Position 10 and 11 were pleas.
Okay, questions, concerns? All right, I appreciate it. Thank you all. I will see you at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Have a good day. See you, Judge.
All right, y'all have a good afternoon.